Alright, so today we're doing 2.4 rational expressions part 2. So hopefully part 1 was pretty easy for you guys. We multiply and divide and talk about domain. So recall how we add and subtract fractions with like denominators. So that's what we're going to kind of talk about today. We're going to apply that to rational expressions. So try doing the following computations without the calculator. This review will get you in the frame of mind to work with rational expressions. So I'm going to pause the video here, put in a question, but I really like you guys to try all four before you start going on. So the first one, 4/7 plus 5/7. Remember, the denominator does not change, but the numerator does. Number 2, if I do 3/5 minus 2/5, I should get 1/5. Number 3, they do not have the same denominator, so I need to change that. So I'm going to multiply 1/3 by 4/4 and 1/4 by 3/3. So when you do that, you get 4/12 plus 3/12, which would be 7/12. Same with the last one, they don't have the same denominator, so I multiply the first fraction by 5/5, because 3 halves. The 2 and the 5, the smallest number they have in common is 10, so 5 times 2 would give me that 10. The same way with the other fraction, it's 4/5, I'm going to multiply it by 2/2. So you get 15/10 minus 8/10, which should be 7/10. So that'll get us in the right state of mind in order to add rational expressions or subtract rational expressions. So the first one, kind of easy. It says x plus 1 over x minus 3 plus 2x minus 5 over x minus 3. So when we add these, they already have the same denominator, so I'm just going to add the things on top. So I just combine like terms like I was normally adding. So x plus 2x would give me 3x. 1 minus 5 would give me -4 all over x minus 3. The denominator does not change. Now, if we scroll down, do b. Notice I'm subtracting, but they already have the same denominator. The big thing is make sure you put parentheses around this so you know to distribute your negative to both of those. That's the biggest mistakes I usually see on subtraction. So 5x minus 4x would give me a single x. 1 minus a -2 would turn into 1 plus 2. So that would be 3 over x squared minus 9. Normally, if you could factor it, you would. So the bottom factors into x minus 3, x plus 3. So that x plus 3 is going to cancel. So I get 1 over x minus 3. So sometimes you have to factor the denominator after you get your answer to simplify even further. Just depends on the problem. Alright, C is where it gets a little bit harder because they are not the same. So the easiest way to think about this is just multiply the first fraction, x plus 2 over 2x minus 3, by the denominator of the other fraction. So I multiply by x plus 3. And I'm going to multiply the second fraction, 4 over x plus 3, times the denominator of the first fraction, which would be 2x minus 3. When you do that, you're going to have to FOIL. So I'm going to do the green one, FOIL x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6 over 2x squared minus 3x plus 6x minus 9. Minus, so now we're going to do the red fraction. Denominator, our numerator becomes 8x minus 12. The denominator becomes 2x squared minus 3x plus 6x minus 9. So notice the denominators are the same, and that's what you want. So now I can go ahead and combine them. Don't forget you're going to have to distribute your negative to both terms. So x squared, there's nothing else to combine it with, so my answer is going to have x squared in it. Now, 2x plus 3x is 5x, but then I'm going to subtract 8x from it, so I get minus 3x. And then positive 6 minus a negative 12 would turn into positive 6 plus 12, which would be 18. Over, go ahead and combine like terms on the bottom, 2x squared plus 3x minus 9. And you only have to do that for one of them because you know they have the same denominator. So your answer is going to have the same denominator. So D, go ahead and pause it and try it. Very similar one we just did. Multiply the first fraction by the denominator of the second fraction. And then vice versa, I'd take the second fraction and multiply by the denominator of the first fraction. So when you multiply, you should get 3x minus 3 over x squared plus x minus 1 plus 5x plus 5 over x squared plus x minus 1. So they have the same denominator, so now I can combine the tops. 3x plus 5x gives me 8x. Negative 3 plus 5 would give me a 2 over x squared minus 1. So now we're going to add or subtract a little bit harder. Sometimes you need to factor the denominator before you decide what to multiply by. So this first fraction is going to factor into x squared plus x minus 2 is going to factor into x plus 2, x minus 1. The second one, the denominator, is going to factor into x minus 1, x plus 1. So notice they both already have the x minus 1. So now I just need to multiply the first fraction by the x plus 1 over x plus 1, and the second fraction by x plus 2 over x plus 2. Now when you get into really big problems like this, you actually do not have to multiply the denominator. Instead, you can write it as a factored form. So let's multiply the tops. So it'd be x squared plus 3x plus x plus 3 over, and here's what I mean, I could do x plus 1, x plus 2, x minus 1, all in their own individual parentheses, plus 2x plus 4 over x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 2. So now they have the same denominator. I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms on the top. I get x squared plus 6x plus 7 over x plus 1, x plus 2, x minus 1. And you can write it like that. All right, B is the one you're going to see most often on the homework. And it shows up the most on the Hawks. So what you want to do is go ahead and factor the last fraction. It factors into y plus 7, y minus 5. So all I need to do is multiply the second fraction by y minus 5. And the first fraction by y plus 7. I do not do anything to the last fraction because it's already got those in it. So I'm going to get y squared plus 7y plus 6y plus 42 minus y squared minus 5y minus 6y plus 30 minus 2. Each fraction, again, if it's really big like this, you do not actually have to FOIL. You can just write it as the same factors broken up. So notice now all their denominators are the same. So I'm going to go through and combine like terms. So y squared minus y squared would be nothing. 7y plus 6y is 13y minus, this ends up combining to a negative 11y, so I'm going to add it. So 13 plus 11 would give me 24y. And I'm going to do 42 minus 30, which is 12, minus 2 would be 10, over a denominator. All right. Last one, you get x over x minus 5 times x minus 5 if you factor the bottom. The second fraction is x minus 4 over 2 times x minus 5. So notice this one is missing the 2, so I need to multiply this fraction by 2 over 2. And this fraction is missing another x over x minus 5, so I'm going to multiply by x minus 5 on top and bottom. So when you do that, you get 2x over 2 times x minus 5 minus x squared minus 5x minus 4x plus 20 over 2 times x minus 5, x minus 5. You kind of notice I've been putting the second one in parentheses because that tells me to distribute that negative. A lot of people forget to do that. So this ends up combining to make negative 9x, but because it's minus a negative, it's going to turn into a positive. So I have 2x plus 9x to get 11x. Don't forget I have a negative x squared out front, because I kind of did. And then lastly, you have minus negative or positive 20, which turns into minus 20 over your denominator. All right, so that's simplifying rational expressions when you're adding and subtracting. So multiplying and dividing is what we did last time. Addition and subtraction is a little bit harder, but it's not too bad. This is a paper assignment this time. It is on Classroom. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to help. I have tutoring from 7:45 to 9 in the morning, or now I can actually do after school because football is over. So I have 2:45 to 3:30 open after school as well. All right. Hope you guys have a good day. Enjoy.